On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you. A request, a suggestion to an artist by the name of Agnes Obel, now that I've found it effectively. And it was requested, actually brilliantly requested, mind you, on a What the Hell Everything podcast clip that was posted to YouTube. And it was the clip where I posted the word of the day, which was vamoose. Do that every time on the What the Hell Everything podcast. And talked about the new live stream schedule, the one, picking up the live stream regularity with the Patreon live streams and then doing it on YouTube every other week. And then the What the Hell Everything podcast on Friday. So I'm doing live stuff 3 to 4 days a week. My work schedule that I have to have so I can live and do all these things as well, on top of this schedule, And he said, well, you should take a break from that schedule by and relax with some beautiful tunes by Agnes Obel. I feel like I took the long way around that story. And I'm like, well, that's a great request. Way to throw that, slyly throw that in there. He said, and this is solely Wolfgang Daughter. I think he's from somewhere in Norway, perhaps. He said, she's so underrated. The Curse Live has 49 million views and people don't know her name. It's a shame. Her music was also used for the series like Killing Eve, Dark, or recently for the movie Tar. I think that's how you pronounce that, with Cate Blanchett. All right, noted. This is Agnes Obel with The Curse. And just one thing I'm discovering about doing, consuming more music from outside of the United States and outside of the wheelhouse of what's presented to you on radio. Oh, you should listen to this. Well, why? Is that some stuff just gets missed, and it's a fucking crime, man. I don't know anything about Agnes Obel, but I have learned to take solely Wolfgang Daughter's word for it. Let's go. Berlin Live Sessions, Agnes Obel with The Curse. Why can't I hear anything? There we go. 100%. I think they had me. First of all, I just love the idea of just like a couple strings getting together. I love the sound of like I'm sorry, I can't even think of the name of the instruments. The stand-up bass. What is the cello? Yeah, cello. It's a bass. But just those things and the plucking immediately, it just has so much impact for me. And then they plugged it in. Okay. It's got a vibe. It's got a vibe, man. It's almost really hard pressed for me to just not say how rock and roll it sounds. You know, I have such a philosophy, a different philosophy than a lot of people on what rock and roll is, and I wouldn't necessarily consider this rock and roll, but I hear a vibe, and I'm like, it sounds like a rock and roll vibe. We're just, you know, anytime you plug anything in, anytime you plug anything in, it just has a lot of times it turns it into a rock and roll vibe, and it's super beautiful and vibey. It's the only way to describe it in her voice.
Tell me now the very soul that look alike. Do you know the stranglehold covering their eyes? If I call on every soul in the land and the blue, tell me if I'll ever know a blessing in disguise.
Is this a typical instrumental? What the fuck am I saying? Instrumental arrangement by Agnes Obel. Is this typically the way she presents her music? Is it typically with a piano and a cello and a violin? By and large, is that it? And if so, I'm down for it because just it's so simple, and it's so simple and yet allows you to do so many different things and to have so many different vibes. It is fucking beautiful. I'm here for it. Instrumental. I adore that. Oh man, it's gonna get way better. I thought for sure it was done. What a nice, unexpected, super cool, lovely ending to that song. I did not see that coming. That was, I don't know why it impacted me the way it did, but it did. And, man, what is that woman's name again? I already closed out of it. Agnes Obel. I know whenever I want to remember something forever, I have to say it out loud 3 times. Agnes Obel. Agnes Obel. Agnes Obel. Now I'll never forget. Woo! Man, I think Steve is down for Agnes Obel. He said, ooh, man, I got patrons on that know Agnes Obel. Fucking A. Agnes Obel is his favorite Nordic artist, but I didn't think she would be your thing. I'm all about trying new things. Some I won't care for ever again. Some I will want to hear a lot, and I think I might want to check that out. Viola and cello, not violin. Thanks for the correction, Steve. Steve is like my go-to dude for music, especially in that area of the world, things that I've never heard before. This dude, no, he's like he could be a professional music researcher. Maybe he's amateur too. Either way, fucking A, Steve. Thanks a lot, man.
What the hell? Everything!